we had to cope with a fair few things and had to show a different side of our game today. First half, we didn't handle it as well as we could have, but second half I thought we were really good.
It was crazy how hard we fought. And in the end you get nothing. How I said, the result is gone, but the performance will stay with me forever.
Obviously, I've seen especially the still back of the goal that is disallowed, and I think on TV, live television, there was no lines being showed as well, so it's all a bit strange.
If we bring in VAR to cut out on-pitch decisions, it has to be right, doesn't it?
If you want to change something, you have to do it without our voices. But if we say something, we get fined. They don't want to make mistakes. Let's make it. So that's how it is. That's really difficult. It makes it really difficult. You cannot just say, stop making these mistakes. Well, they didn't sit there and thought, come on, we don't need lines. We take different lines today. They didn't do it on purpose, I know that, but the mistakes still happen. I think if you want to talk about it, do it properly, and not with creating headlines with emotional managers who go then for it. Nothing will change besides my account in the wrong direction. So, and that I don't feel it that today. I rather feel for the guy. We are, because I think that is not a great day, and I feel as well for the ref, because he had not a great day, actually the opposite. He didn't feel the game for a second. It's just, you cannot lead a game like this, I think, but that's it.
Yeah, he's exasperated, and understandably so. It's a fabulous and somewhat crazy game, but since then PGMOL have issued a statement, and here it is. PGMOL acknowledge a significant human error occurred during the first half of Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. The goal by Luis Diaz was disallowed for offside by the on-field team of match officials. This was a clear and obvious factual error and should have resulted in the goal being awarded through VAR intervention. However, the VAR failed to intervene. PGMOL will conduct a full review into the circumstances which led to the error. Alan, let's have a look at it. I mean, it's pretty inexplicable, really.
Well, it is. It's incomprehensible, Gary. It's just, I don't know. I mean, the one bit of VAR that we have accepted and that we've learned we can't argue about was the offside. Now, this is going to put so much doubt into decisions that have gone on beforehand and that are going to go on in the future because of this. I mean, it is a monumental error. He is clearly onside.
We saw it straight away, didn't we?
We actually spotted straight away. Within a second or two, we said, hang on a minute, that's not offside. No. Now, what we're led to believe is that Darren England, who was the VAR in the VAR hub, and Daniel Cook is the assistant VAR, they've done all what they should have done in terms of drawing the lines and saying, instead of saying to the referee, Simon Hooper, you need to allow a goal then because that is not offside.
There are lines, by the way, for clarification.
Yeah, for some reason, he's had a huge lapse in concentration. Instead of saying that, he's actually said check complete. Now, my argument to that would be, what is the point of then having an assistant VAR? Because I've worked it out, there's about 30 to 35 seconds between him making the decision and then allowing kick-off. So before kick-off...
So he's had a moment of panic,
he's had a moment of panic, or he's had a moment of lapse in concentration, whatever. It's a huge error. But, so that's the VAR, Darren England. The assistant VAR, Daniel Cook. Why can't he then say, hang on a minute, before you kick off, we need to stop this, rather than going through this process of saying we've made a huge error. They should have and could have, I think, stopped it before the kick-off.
It's time, isn't it, though? I mean, everyone's talking about VAR's taking too long. Basically, they've panicked in the moment, made a mistake, and it's been a horrible mistake.
Yeah, it certainly has. There were 2 red cards to look at as well. One straight red, the other one with 2 yellow cards. Bit unfortunate.
I think this one with Curtis Jones, it is unfortunate because we've all been, as he played the game, he's touched the top of the ball, which then led to him outstretching his leg, which on this angle, it looks really, really bad. But in the moment, on that particular angle, it doesn't look... This is what we don't like to see. If the referee goes to the screen and sees this image, he's already planted the seed in his head that it looks ridiculously bad, and he was always going to be sent off after that.
I think that's really, really unlucky, and I also think this is really unlucky. I mean, he gets a yellow card here for basically chasing him, running him. He doesn't do anything. Look, He doesn't attempt to tackle him. He doesn't
Flicks.
attempt to stick his leg out. That just contact there, through no fault of Jota's, makes his run, and he then clips himself. And I think that's a very, very harsh yellow card. But when you're on that yellow card, then you can't make challenges like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been a horrendous day for the officials, for the VAR. I mean, we've seen some howlers over our time, but that is the biggest one, and trust is going to be a huge problem for them going forward.
In amongst all that, it was a terrifically entertaining game of football. It wasn't Liverpool's day, obviously, but if anything could go wrong, everything went wrong.
I was devastated for him, to be honest, just because they defended so well in the latter part of the game with 9 men, and to have that go against you in the last minute of the game. I felt for him as a defender, I really did.
Well done to Spurs, though. They kept going, and they've started the season superbly well.
Certainly have.